What's poppin' T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, and I'm here with Married to Medicine LA, season 1, episode 4. So, Imani's we go back to the episode and we see Imani saying that Jasmine house looked like a drug dealer house. Brittany say Jasmine house was a throwback to the 80s. It had a Scarface look to it, but that's all I'm gonna say. I was like, that's right, Brittany, jet your ass up. So Shanique says drug dealers own houses in Beverly Hills. And Imani say drug dealers have huge houses with no furniture and 5 cars. Why 4 Bentleys? And I was like, that was a funny read, but what you mean, like, why 4 Bentleys? Evidently he can fucking afford it. What, you mad or not? So Shanique say this man owns his own medical group. And Imani say, you know who else does too? My black ass sitting right across from you. What I want to know about is what I know about doctors is that the ones who practice psychiatry aren't flashy. And I was like, that's grouping a whole bunch of people in one profession into a group. Like, just because that's what you've seen don't mean that this one individual don't like nice flashy things. That could be his fucking personality. That's just a very ignorant statement to me. So Asha is at Noelle's house and she tells her that Roberts could invite whoever he wanted to his party, but she just wished that Shanique would have said, if I had to do it again, I wouldn't have done that. Well, you gonna keep on wishing because she's not gonna change her stance on the whole entire situation. She says that she will be at Imani's gathering and that she's expecting an apology from Shanique. And I was like, well, once again, sis, you're gonna be waiting. So Noelle say when you're dealing with an insecure person, they're going to come for your character and your relationships because they want you to be as miserable as they are. I was like, ooh, say it to her face. So Shanique talks to her daughter about being bullied at school, and then Robert come home and tells his daughter that he was bullied for being small growing up, so what he did was slam a nigga on his head. And I was like, you know what, speak a word, because once you pop somebody in their mouth, they won't fuck with you again. I had to do that. So Shanique, at that point, I realized, y'all, that Shanique looks like a mix between Mariah Huck from Married to Medicine Atlanta and Allura, Heavenly's daughter. She looked like a mix between them motherfuckers. She's not an ugly woman at all, but she just reminds me of both of those people. And now that I said, you're going to think of it every time you look at her. So Brittany and her husband argue about where they're going to live. He feels like she's not being diligent enough in finding a place. And she says that she hasn't because she doesn't want to live where the hell he want to live at. And he basically tell her, look, bitch, you got such and such time to get us a place. We're going to have a motherfucking problem because he is tired of being in Florida with them badass kids by himself. So Noelle was very funny looking to me in the beginning. I told y'all, first episode, she was kind of funny looking to me, that pinched nose. I really wasn't vibing with her. But on this episode, I love that she had her hair down and she had, this burgundy hair color. And I'm not really a big fan of burgundy, like that color red, but it looked nice on her. Like, she's pretty to me now. Asha goes on a casting call for Days of Our Lives, and she does this, read, a cold read. And as she's reading, I'm hearing the lines being said, and you can tell by the lines that she's saying that the character and the lines call for the character to be like sassy, to have an attitude, because that's what the flow of the conversation goes. But she's reading it with absolutely no fucking pizzazz at all. And the EP says to her, can you read again? And this time, have more attitude. You be more sassy. And she was like, I don't really know if I want to do that. And in her confessional, she says that sassy is a trigger word for black actresses, basically implying that, Hollywood execs want the black girl to come in and do all this and snapping their fingers and rocking their neck. But in this case, that wasn't the case for this. The character called for the person to have, a little bit of sass, a little bit of an attitude, not doing all that, but to, have a look, comeback. So I was like, she throwing out the race card in the wrong fucking predicament. Honestly, to me, she's not that great of an actress from what I saw. She had no fucking it was just blasé. It was one note. She did a little bit of this and a little bit of that with her eyes, but it just wasn't good. The executive producer told her it was better, but she ain't getting hired. So it's the night of the gathering. Imani got a suite for the group therapy session. Brittany tells her that Matt gave her a deadline to find a crib and that it's spilling over into their marriage now. And Imani feels like if the roles were reversed and he was the one away on business, that nobody will be saying anything. And I 100% agree with that, because we still do live in a time where men look are looked upon as, just the breadwinners. They don't really have to be that hands on with the kids. But times have changed, god damn it. I don't think that what she's doing is wrong per se, but I do feel like there needs to be a time limit of her finding a place, because they, as a couple, and for their marriage, she I wouldn't want to be that far away from my husband and my family for that long period of time. Yeah, everybody need a break, but come on now, sis. So, Imani also hopes that Jasmine can receive what she's going to tell her that night, because she's really worried about her. Like, this girl really think that Jasmine is over there married to a drug dealer, and I'm like, if she is, I'm pretty sure the bitch know, and she probably don't care. Like, that's her motherfucking business. Why are you in this girl pockets? Why are you so worried about what the fuck they do in their goddamn house? Like, I like Imani, but in this situation, she sounds very ignorant as fuck, especially since she's supposed to be somebody goddamn psychiatrist. Just because they have a nice house and, nice things, that don't mean that he got it from his profession. That mean he got to be doing something more on the sides. Maybe he just more successful than your black ass is. Like, what the fuck? So, um, Jasmine and Shanika are on their way to the event. And we won't see Jasmine's husband because that motherfucker refused to be on the show. So that's why we won't see that nigga. And that's why she ain't one of the main cast members. So Shanique tells her what Imani says. And Jasmine says, she's a hater. Just accept it. I'm lit. Look around. You came to Beverly Hills. Maybe you thought my house was empty because you never seen square foot like this. Bitch, that was one of the best reads that I have ever heard. It came so goddamn easily. It flowed from her soul, bitch. That was a real motherfucking read for that motherfucking ass. She said, oh, I forgot. She's saying Studio City. I hollered, my nigga. So the girls start to arrive, and Jasmine is over it before she even get there. Child, of fashions in this episode was even worse than last week. Shanique got on a white doily jumpsuit. Jasmine got on a peach satin mini dress. Look like she going to somebody prom from 90210. Brittany got a scarf on her head, a muscle tee, a pleated skirt, and some puss in boots. Bitch, it was horrible. I'm like, where is the fashions like going? Like, everybody dresses a mess in this franchise. Only person that had on a somewhat decent enough outfit was Asha in this scene. So Imani tries to hug Jasmine, but girl like, girl, no, I ain't giving you no hug. And Imani say, wow, you mad at me? And Jasmine's like, yeah, I am a little disturbed by your actions and choice of words. I feel that. Don't be trying to hug me and you sitting up here talking about my husband got a motherfucking, he a drug dealer and we living in a drug dealing house. Like, that's very defamatory. Like, bitch, get on somewhere with that fake ass shit. I like Jasmine. I like Jasmine. And I somewhat like Shanique. Shanique just a smart ass and she gonna give it to her and she gets it started. But I like them. So Imani like, all right, just meet us outside, because she didn't really have nothing to say. So the girls sit around a table, and Imani says the meeting is about truth and transparency and all this bullshit. And Jasmine like, girl, all right, look, I ain't gonna sit here and be fake when she's sitting up here talking about sisterhood, and 2 days ago you was talking all this shit. So Imani says in her confession that she didn't expect Shanique to go back and run and tell Jasmine everything they talked about because it's very disrespectful. No, that's her friend, and of course she's gonna go back and tell her what the fuck you said, and what you said was fucking disrespectful. Like, what the fuck? So Imani say we're gonna get to that. And then Shanique starts seeing on Asha and says the outburst you had at Robert's party. And then Imani cuts her off for some reason and said, we need to move. And I'm like, why y'all need to move? Like, what the table do to you? So then they go and sit on the couches. And Imani brings up Shanique saying that she told Asha she was inviting Anissa to the party. And Asha say the truth is she called me and said she may be there, but she still would like me to come. So as a friend, I still came. Shanique said, you're lying. You wanted to sit there and play the victim. And then Asha says, she let me know that the ex was going to be there, but she didn't tell me she was going to bring her into the conversation and say her name and all that on camera. And I was like, but you just said she told you maybe she was going to be there. But now you're saying she did tell you that the ex was going to be there, but that you didn't know that she was going to basically be on camera. So you lied, Asha. Asha lied. Shanique was telling the truth. Asha made this situation bigger than what it was because she did want to play the victim and she wanted everybody to feel like Shanique was being fake and invite this girl there to fucking embarrass her. Asha, you played yourself, and I'm starting to look at you real sideways, sis. Really sideways, because you just got caught up in a motherfucking lie. So, where was I at? Britain like, no, she didn't do that. Heavenly did. And Noelle then says to Shanique, I'm going to call you the great deflector. Your cop out was you didn't want to disrespect your husband, but there shouldn't have been any other woman there more important than you. And she was made more important than anyone there because she was the center of attention. Talking about this Anissa girl. I'm like, Noelle, you are really pulling at straws. Like, what the hell are you talking about, sis? Like, huh? Like, I like you, Noelle, but you don't make absolutely any sense. So Shanique says she is his friend. Like, what the fuck? I feel like you don't have a brain of your own, Noelle. You're like a freaking scarecrow. I died laughing. She then tells Asha that she's a puppet master. Shanique says to Asha, is there something that you're hiding? And Asha say, is it, girl? Tell me what I'm hiding. What is it? And Shanique say, 6 years ago, your husband and this woman was still going back and forth. 6 years ago, he proposed to this woman. Everybody was looking like, oh, bitch, he did? Oh, he did? So then Shanique in her confessional says, Asha and Larry met 6 years ago. And from my understanding, Larry and his ex were still in communication. So then Asha say, what is your point, sweetheart? And Shanique say, because 4 years ago, they were also going back and forth. Woo! Dun, 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 dun. Everybody was looking like, oh, bitch, she trying to say your nigga been cheating on you with his ex. Holy shit. So then I should say, show me. My husband was talking to another woman 4 years ago, and Shanique say, there's facts there. Like, bitch, yes. And so I should say, this woman just dropped some stuff about my husband, and no one is gonna call her on her actions. And I'm like, why these other bitches gotta cuss her out when she attacking you and your husband? You need to read her. That ain't up to Britton, Imani, or Noelle. See, she tries to get the group to go against Shanique and Jasmine or whatever, because she don't have balls enough to stick up for herself. I really do feel like she is hiding stuff and that her relationship with Larry ain't as great as she wants us to believe. She know her nigga ain't shit. He's a light-skinned Peebo Bryson. I don't even know what the fuck that means. But I didn't like that. What you mean? Like, y'all not gonna call her out? Bitch, you call out. If she lying, check her. So then she tries to make Britton speak up for her. And then she tell Jasmine to call her friend out and to check her before she does. And then she gets up and leave. I was like, I thought she was gonna check her, sis. What happened to that? Girl, bye for Asha. I'm team Jasmine and Shanique with this shit. Cause they the only people that's being real to me. These other hoes on some other shit. I don't really know. I think Britain is trying to stay neutral, but Imani, Noelle, and Asha, I don't really vibe with them too much. They just, I can't get with them. Tell me what y'all think. Who y'all siding with this situation? Shanique, Asha, what's going on? Do y'all think Imani was wrong? Let's talk down below. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys and thank you for watching this review. Bye.